There's only one real problem that I have with old cars. It's that 9 times out of 10, you gotta fix them more than you actually drive them. Alright, so basically, my fuel pump went out because I haven't driven my car in a long time. It's been like about 2 months. If you don't know what that is, it's this little doohickey right there. There you go, now you can really see it. See that thing? Right there, that thing. It's all messed up. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna be replacing that. Okay, so basically what made me think that I need to replace my fuel pump is because of my engine. So I was trying to turn it on. I tried for a long time. I wasn't working. I was pumping the gas pedal and still nothing. Well, I kept trying, and eventually I decided to try some carburetor starter. The carburetor starter didn't work, and then I tried to, dump a little bit of fuel directly into the carb. That turned on the car, but it turned off almost immediately after the fuel was spent. So I realized I wasn't getting any fuel in the filter. So I realized that as I was pumping it, the fuel wasn't going in. So I talked to a family mechanic, and what he said is most likely it's the fuel pump. So fingers crossed that's the case. Because if it's not the fuel pump, I got no clue. Let's get her done. Okay, so this right here is the fuel pump. It's got a few little lines coming out of the bottom. Yeah, my neighbors are here. What it does is a ramrod comes down and pushes the thingadoohickey, I don't know what it's called, pushes it up and down, and this action causes the fuel to go through the system and up into the carburetor. So basically I gotta watch out for a push rod coming down there. Alright, so as you can see here, right here is the old fuel pump. So I'm gonna have to disconnect these 3 lines. I should plug them out to make sure I don't get a bunch of fuel on the floor. But after I do that, I can take care of the bolts that are attaching the fuel pump to the car, and then, that'll be it. Ow, God, oh my gosh, that hurt, oh. Oh shoot, fuel's gonna be digging all over me. Finally, got a bucket. I'm not gonna be eating fuel again. Never again. Where my flashlight go? Oh, this is gonna be a lot of fuel. Please don't hit me, please don't scream it. Oh wow, it smells like carbon monoxide. No fuel for me, no siree. Ugh. Covered in gunk already. I haven't even really started. My engine bay is so dirty. I need deep clean this son of a gun. All wet and sticky. Come on. Off you go. Off you go. Ha! Got it. Where'd I put my flashlight? Great. It's gonna be one of them really hard to... Come on. I don't want to get a breaker bar right now. Oh no, I definitely am getting it because... Okay, I feel you. Where's my breaker bar at? You know what? I know what I need. I need a big breaker bar. Big breaker bar. Really big. Super big breaker bar.
She kinda bad though.
WD-40. This is gonna work. Alright, so WD-40 should have set by now. It's been about 20-30 minutes. So should have at least done something. I had a snack. I'm burping now. Alright, let's do this. Excuse me. I'm saying something. You can't tell me nothing. Did I get it? I think I got it. Okay, so I screwed up. I stripped the bolt. So on our way to AutoZone. Woo! Okay, so basically some stuff happened. A lot Thanksgiving. I wasn't able to finish the car in time, but now that the fuel pump is done, I can actually. I wasn't able to get a camera into the car because I lost my GoPro head mount, and I really need to find it or buy a new one because that's been lost since the Jeep video. So, because I wore that one on my chest, my bahoobies. So basically, you can see right there, the fuel pump is in. It originally had like a metal, it had a metal fuel pump to carburetor line that went all the way up there, but I opted for a loose, relaxed kind of cable, which I tucked through the alternator and stuff. So that works just as well. You can do that. But basically, I'm going to show you guys outside exactly what I did. You know, just to make it a little more easy for you to understand, because too many YouTube videos just gloss over the confusing part of the fuel pump. All right, so basically, this right here, this is the fuel pump. One of the things I did wrong is I put RTV on the actual engine block, whereas if I had to do it all again, what I would definitely do is I'd take the gasket, because that was having a lot of trouble lining up. I'd take the gasket and slip it on there first, and I'd put the screws through the holes first. That way, you know, put the screws on through the holes first. That way they're, you know, they're ready to go. I can only see half my face because I was having a lot of trouble trying to keep the gasket in place. What I mean by RTV is this kind of silicone oil kind of stuff. There's different shades of it. I opted to get the red. I asked a couple mechanics. I opted to get the red because it's very high temperature stuff, and I figured, you know, the block gets pretty hot. Worst case scenario, you know, it seals it better against heat. So, you know, I went with the red. It goes good up to 625 or 675 degrees Fahrenheit. Either way, your engine block should not be getting that hot. So basically what I would do is I'd put on the gasket first. I'd uncap the RTF, and then I'd squeeze it all the way around. And then, you know, I'd even it out with my finger and make sure it's not going inside or anything like that. After that, while I was getting into the engine block, there's a little push rod that I feel like most people don't describe very easily, taking the gasket off. There's a little push rod that, you know, drives the fuel pump that a lot of people get confused about. And it's annoying because I see a lot of YouTube videos not describing it very clearly, like they just glaze over it completely. But, you know, if you're like me, if you know how something works, you're able to fix it a lot better. So basically, the fuel pump is run by a cam lobe. So it comes down like that. If you take the fuel pump out, then it's gonna fall all the way through, because it's not really attached to anything. Basically, the cam lobe, it pushes it down, and the spring in the fuel pump pushes it back up. This fuel pump, I can't really show it very well because I don't even know what happened. The spring, it doesn't have a good return. I mean, it still goes back up, but kind of hard to tell. Basically, the cam lobe pushes it down, and the spring in here pushes this lever back up, and it goes back until the cam lobe smashes it down again. And it goes back and forth and kind of works as a pump, you know, kind of like those little water wells you see in old movies. Yeah, that's how young I am. When you take the fuel pump out, it's gonna fall down. So what you want to do is you want to grab some needle nose pliers and pull it up. It's way easier if you have someone to help you out, but you know, you can manage it yourself. You just gotta find a way to rest the pliers, or otherwise it's a pain in the butt. I've never heard my dad swear that much in his life. I just got him in trouble with my mother. You're gonna hold it up with the pliers, and you're gonna slip the fuel pump in, and then you can release it. You know, it's in a pipe. There's no way it can go like to the sides. Either way, it's gonna go straight down or straight back up because, you know, it's held in place by a little area. So put it in, and that's when you just torque all the bolts down. Then under the car, you hook them back up. So this is the fuel pump to carburetor line. That was probably the hardest for me to find, you know, because I went to AutoZone of all places, and it sold me the wrong part. The threading was really off. It was weird. I think it was like metric versus. Why do they make metric for? Why do they even make metric stuff for like an American engine? That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I was just dumb too. That works. That happens to be the case a lot. I always get mixed up between one of these two. As the fuel tank to fuel pump line basically goes straight from the fuel tank all the way to the fuel pump, and this is the return line. Now you can either plug that off. I have mine hooked up. You know, you get a little too much fuel, then it'll send it back to the fuel tank. You know, you can use it later, or you can just hold it up there until it's ready to be used. As you can see, they're all different sizes, so there's no real any chance you're gonna mix it up, so you don't gotta worry about that. It's actually probably a really easy job to do. Without further ado, let's start the car. This is a little bit off topic, but basically, engine grease gets all over your hands when you're doing this, because you saw how dirty my other fuel pump was. So I use like a little sugar scrub fruit smoothie. I smell amazing afterward. My girlfriend loves it. My mom loves it. So make sure you have a sugar scrub. You know, you want to exfoliate. Very, very important. Don't let nobody tell you different. Oh, I'm having an exfoliator commercial. Okay, so basically, it's gonna take a long time to start up, you know, especially because it's like 40 degrees outside today. And, you know, it's a cold engine start. Carbureted engines take a while to turn on, so you're gonna hear it. it's gonna take a second to start up, especially because there's no fuel in the pump. You're probably gonna have to try to turn over 3 or 4 times. That's how long it usually takes me. So, let's do it. Where's my key? Found it. What you do, you're gonna wanna pump the gas a couple times.
That was fun.
So yeah, I think it works now, just a little bit. Thanks for watching. I completely blanked out on my outro. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like. I got more videos up here that you can check out. You know, I do the HotRodders series a lot. I've done carburetor, seafoam, all of it. You know, it should be right here. Oh no, wait, it's gonna be right here because, oh yeah, because I always mirror. Okay. I'm an idiot. I don't know how cameras are working. I've been doing YouTube for at least like 6 months now. I'm a small channel. I think I'm about 135 subs? Somewhere like that, yeah. So basically, what you're doing is you're just following me on my journey, building up my car. You know, I want to build certain things, but you know, occasionally things go out, like the fuel pump, or the intake manifold gasket, or my straight up suspension, or even a tire. I've had a lot of time to do all the fun stuff I want. Like I've been saying every month, if I reach 200 subscribers before January 1st, I'll shave off my entire beard. I'm gonna look like a baby. I've made that joke 3 weeks in a row now, I'm pretty sure. Hope y'all have a great day. Peace.